Hello, my dear friends. We are talking about social media. We are using social media for so many purposes. We are using social media for knowledge. We are using social media for making new friends. Social media, we can use it for getting and gaining advantage of over others. There are so many positive points about social media which I don't want to talk about here because our main point here is to discuss about the problems and the pros and cons, that is positives and negatives. Those are also associated with the people, those who are having social anxiety and they are using social media platforms. Social anxiety people do interact with people when they are outside. The people, those who are having social anxiety, when they go outside, they feel it very difficult to interact with others. They are unable to talk to others, unable to face the other person's faces. They are always looking down or they are totally reluctant to talk to others. They don't go outside usually. Even though they go outside, it becomes hell for them. So all these problems are there with social anxiety people. Social occasions, they usually avoid social occasions. So all these things are really problematic for the social anxiety people. But nowadays we have this social media platforms whereby you can use the social anxiety people, the people those who are having social anxiety, they can use the social media platforms to reduce the anxiety which arises out of I don't meet people, I am unable to meet people, I am unable to make new friends, I am unable to go outside, I am unable to talk to my friends, I am unable to talk to people, those who are strangers to me. So all these thoughts can be nullified, at least reduced when they use the social media platforms. You must understand this very clearly. The social media, people with the social media, they will be able to interact with people less anxiously when they are in the contact through a social media application. And there are other points also which I would like to discuss in this particular video. Social anxiety people can use the social media up to an extent to make sure that they interact with other people, thereby their anxiety and the social anxiety related stress, the mental stress will be reduced and they will be little bit satisfied with whatever they are doing. So let us first examine the positive points of using the social media. Through the social media sites, it is easy for anyone to establish new friendships and establish new connections. That's a positive aspect. You don't have to search around all the area to get a new friendship, get new friends. The social media itself suggest friends. So you can just choose them. You can just go through the suggestion list and you can find a new friend. It is not that tough because you don't have to go outside and search for new friends. So using social media can get you new friends easily. You can connect with others, you can connect to other groups, especially the groups which is talking about social anxiety, the people with the social anxiety. So you can interact with people, those who are having social anxiety, and you can interact with them, tell your problem, you can listen to their problems, you can interact with them, you can give them suggestions, and over and above, you can get a lot of suggestions from outside. You can also understand this is what is called social anxiety. I am not the only person who is suffering from the social anxiety. There are so many other people who suffer from social anxiety, which makes me little bit confident that I am not alone. And so many people are there, those who have social anxiety was cured. So naturally, my social anxiety can also be cured. So this kind of thoughts little bit improves his self-confidence and self-esteem. Usually, social anxiety people will be having a lot of anxiety when they interact with people outside their safe zone. So this particular safe zone, they are going to interact with people when they are in social media. They are going to be in their safe zone, inside their home or inside their office, and they are going to interact with other people, those who are not visible to them in front. They don't have to talk face to face. So in this way, their anxiety will be lessened. That means the anxiety to face people, the anxiety to talk face to face, this kind of anxiety will be usually reduced when they interact with people, those through the social media. Over and above, the social anxiety people will be able to express their feelings. They will be able to talk their mind out to the groups, to other microblogging sites and all. Thereby, they will be reducing their stress. Whenever they speak about their problems to others, that particular action will be helping them to reduce their own stress. So in this way, they will be able to reduce their stress. Because of this particular social anxiety groups and all, So there will be better support. This social anxiety person will be getting a better support from others because they also know this person is a social anxiety person. There's one more advantage which I would like to mention here. Because you are gaining more insight to social anxiety, because you are going to gain a lot of ideas about social anxiety, it becomes easy for you to manage the symptoms. That is also one very good advantage which I always suggest. But when we talk about positive points, we should talk about disadvantages also. There are negative points, there are a lot of negative points which also we should know. The people, those who are having social anxiety, they should know these negative points. The important negative point which I would like to mention here is the problem of mental disorders. Each and every research reports suggest that the people, those who are using social media beyond the stipulated time period, in my experience, it should never be more than 3 hours per day. If a person is using social media for more than 3 hours per day, the chances of getting depression, chances of going into depression, chances of having mental stress, anxiety, all these things are increases multifold. This happens to a normal person. And if this is the case with the normal person, what will happen to a person who is having social anxiety? He is already anxious. He is already depressed in a lot of cases. He is already mentally stressed. So the social media is going to be much more difficult for the person who is having social anxiety. So we should understand this very clearly. Social anxiety, the person with social anxiety will have more trouble when he uses social media in cases of his own mental health. In social media, so many people, whether they are your friends, those friends you have made through social media, they're going to post a lot of positive pictures about them, high-fi pictures about them, smiling faces, laughing faces, enjoying with their family members, enjoying with their friends, enjoying in social occasions. So many positive vibes will be available in the social media. The person with social anxiety will find it very difficult to fathom this, accustom this. Why? Because he himself is unable to go outside, he himself is unable to talk to friends, he himself is unable to interact with people in social circumstances. When he sees that his friends in the social media are able to do this and they are posting this kind of pictures in social media and videos in social media, he becomes a lot of disappointed person. So this particular disappointment worsens his self-esteem, worsens his self-confidence, and thereby totally he becomes more anxious and becomes more stressful and he becomes depressed. That is an important point. Naturally, you can't make the others not to post this kind of photos. Third negative point, that is disadvantage, is the friendship made through the social media platform are much more weaker than in real life. And especially problems arises between these friends. The social media friends, they will be having different outlooks. When we talk to each people, when we talk outside the social platform, it becomes easy to make sure that we talk whatever we think it is right for the other person. The other person also do the same thing. He talk to you, understanding you by talking the same thing which you like. In social media, there is no individuality there. The person who posts something, it is for everyone to see. It is for you to see, it is for another person to see. You will be different, the another person also will be different. So the person who posts this, he don't understand who is going to read the post. This will make your mind, the person who is having social anxiety, his mind will be troubled because he never expected a post from that person in this condition. He never expected such kind of post from his friend. So this becomes very difficult for a social anxiety person to understand the post. He always thinks why my friend did like this, why my friend posted something which I don't like. So this reduces the trust on this friend. So they should very clearly understand social anxiety person. It is very difficult to continue with the friendship in social media. Another negative point is when a social anxiety person interacts with friends in social media and he finds comfort in that, it becomes difficult or he makes it lesser and lesser that he go outside and make new friends. He go outside and speak with others. That means he becomes confined to the social media platforms. So the real chances he is going to miss throughout. Social media makes you think about all the things which you don't have, like a job, like a partner, like a relationship, like good friends, like lacking social connections, all those things. Because everyone are going to post the same thing. They have friends, they have social connections, they have spouses, they have relationships, they have friendships. They're going to post everything. They're going outside, they're enjoying their trips, family trips and all. So all these things, it is going to be troublesome for you. Staying up and being in social media for a long time, as I told you, it is very difficult for a person who is having social anxiety, because it worsens his self-esteem, worsens self-confidence, worsens mental health. Along with that, if you use it too much, your sleep also will be robbed from you. So, in nutshell, if I say very clearly, according to my opinion, for a person who is having social anxiety, he should never use social media platforms to make friends and to interact with others. He can use social media for gaining knowledge. He can use social media to understand his social anxiety problems, and he can use it for gaining more knowledge and insight about social anxiety. But he should avoid himself from making friendships in social media. He should avoid himself from posting in social media, making others understand that he is having social anxiety. So all these things are going to ruin his social life, and thereby increasing his social anxiety problems and other stress, anxiety, depression, all those things. My suggestion will be, reduce social media interaction as much as possible, and make sure you go outside, have your own friend circle, interact with your friends. For that, if it is needed, you have to consult a psychiatrist and get medicines. And if you have to consult a psychologist or therapist who will be able to provide you with therapies which will guide you, which will help you to go outside, interact with other people, enjoy your life outside, have your own kind of life which is fulfilling for you, which is totally satisfying for you.